Hey guys, welcome to another video, Clear Blue Realty. Welcome back, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the real estate business. My content is really based on talking to you about what the experience is like as an agent and what to look out for if you are a buyer, and also even listing a property, but basically just to give you an overall picture of what the real estate business is about. If you are a person who's looking to get into real estate as an agent because you think you can bring in some extra income, those really are the people that I'm trying to reach out to, and people who are looking to invest, people who are looking to buy a home. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is renters. So you have people who want to rent a property. Like today, I had a young lady who was looking for a property, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So I set up a showing to show them three locations. So we took a look around, took a look at these properties, and she was interested in one. So like I talked to you guys about when it comes to just the overall usage of your time, this business is about being efficient and the usage of your time. If you can spend 2 hours and turn that into a sale, it's worth it. You know, if you're gonna make $1,000, $3,000, $4,000, but you're using a significant amount of time to search for properties, you're using time to drive to locations. So that's where your time usage comes into play. And the better that and more effective that you can be at in the usage of your time will determine whether you're successful in the business. So when you're dealing with renters specifically, you want to make sure that you have the right type of renter. Just as if you were dealing with a buyer of a property, you want to make sure that you're dealing with the right type of buyer. So what's the criteria that you're going to use to determine if that particular person is a strong candidate for a property or for a rental property? The brokerage I work with, we use a form called the NTN, and that's the National Tenant Network. So the person who is looking at a particular property, I would send them a link. They would fill in name, address, all that information, probably the driver's license number, also the social security number, so that they can get back. Because what the NTN does is it checks your credit report, it checks your financials, and it also checks to see if you have any evictions, checks your criminal background, see if you have any if you've ever been incarcerated. And where you see a score really drop low would be if someone has been evicted. You'll see a really low score. If they have judgments that they haven't paid for that are now sitting in the courts, their score would be really low. Or if they have committed a violent crime. And those type of clients you really can't help. So the NTN gives you a score of 1 to 100, just like when you're in school. You know, 100 is an A, a 70 is just passing, that's average. So they give you these marks. The lower you score, the more high risk you are. So you really want to get clients that have strong credit. You know, 650 score and above. 650 is decent. Because you have a lot of owners who they will not accept you if you're not over 600 score, and that's just the basic criteria. If you have your credit score over 600, you have not met the basic criteria. It doesn't matter what your income is, they're just not going to accept you, and that's just the way it is. Because you have to look at it from the side of somebody who's renting. If you were renting and you knew that you had 3 people who could apply or who were applying for your place to rent it, and one of them had a 750 credit score, and the other person had a 500 credit score and the other one had a 650 credit score, you would go with the person who has a 750 credit score because they have established themselves as being responsible to pay their bills. So, and this is what I come across a lot of tenants who really just don't understand that. And they want to know, when you put in an application for them and the landlord doesn't approve them, well, I have good credit. It's like, well, what is your credit score? And so the higher risk you make yourself, the less likely you are going to be able to get that home. And I have a lot of clients. I have some people who are like right in the middle. I have some who are really excellent. They have excellent credit. And the ones who have the better credit, no judgments, no evictions, no crimes, those people get selected first, and you have an easier time dealing with them. So, and that's not just on the rental side. We're also talking about on the buyer side. See, like what a lot of buyers don't understand is, when you're competing with someone who has a conventional loan, as opposed to somebody who you might have a FHA loan. FHA loans typically are for people who have lower income and people who have lower credit scores. The criteria, the bar is lower to get a FHA loan as opposed to a conventional loan. Conventional loan is almost like gold, because that's how and then also a FHA loan, they're going to be more stringent in how they look at the home and what they want to be repaired, and they're going to go through the home with a fine-tooth comb. They're really going to be very diligent. So the buyers don't understand that. So that's a reason why a FHA loan might not get selected and a conventional loan will get accepted. And same is the case when it comes to people who want to rent. So as an agent, you have to really be efficient with your time. And it's not like you don't want to help people who have a lower credit score. But I'll tell you one example. I had a family. There was a lady. She's like, listen, I really want to work with you, and I talked to her. And so and I'm going to get back to this, but this is the reason why you have to have some basic phone criteria when you talk to people on the phone to determine whether or not you want to take time out of your schedule in order to work with them. Because there's a lady, she said, listen, I like you. Seem like you're very knowledgeable. I would like to work with you in order to get an apartment. I said, okay, great. I would like to work with you as well. And this is before I had my criteria together on the questions, right? So she filled out, and we found a place that she liked. We filled out the NTN, and the NTN came back. She scored a 35. 35 is a reject. So what it'll show up on the NTN is reject this client. So why would you even send that to her? Score was in the low 500s. She had charge-offs. She had judgments on her name, $15,000-$20,000 in judgments. And she hadn't paid her rent in the past 2 years on where she was living. And I wasted all this time putting together a letter for her before I had all this information. So we had this letter together on why she didn't pay her rent for the past 2 years. I was like, there was so many red flags in there that it's going to be literally impossible for her to find a place. Your credit's destroyed. Your NTN is coming back with a 35 score, and the only thing she has working for her is her income. But so so in those type of situations, guys, you can't help these people. You can try, I'm not saying you can't. You can help anyone, but what is it going to amount to? You, as an agent, you have basic bills that you have to pay. National Association of Realtors. If you're on an MLS, you have to pay that fee. If you have a Supra, you have to pay that fee. You have insurance that you have to pay. Okay, so you have probably around $2,000 plus that you have to basically come up with every year before you make any profit. And then also gas and expense and toll and your time that you're investing. So you have to make that choice on whether you want to take your time and help high risk clients that really want. Now, even the ones who so-called are good clients might waste your time, because people all the time, they just fall off the map. I'll give you another example. There was a guy, we went to go and take a look at an apartment. He said, listen, I like the place. I want to put in an offer. I was like, here's the link, fill out the NTN, blah, blah. He texts me back later on. He says, hey, it says that my ID is expired. I have to go and get my ID. I have to go get a new ID. And I'm like, your ID? I was like, well, they would ask for your driver's license. I'm like, but you drove to the place. You didn't have an active driver's license when you, I was like, so your driver's license was this? I said, whatever. All right. So I said, yeah, I'll check back with you in a couple of days. Check back with them. No response. Check back with them a week later. No response. The guy just dropped off the map. I drove, 20 miles to go show him this apartment, and he just drops off the map. And it happens all the time. This is a consistent thing. So me and how I'm going to run my system is I'm going to be efficient and effective in the usage of my time. And when there are high risk clients, if there's something that I can do to help them, I will help them. But ultimately, guys, you got to take care of your credit. And if your credit is in shatters or tatters, you have to repair that. You have to find out a way. Get in contact with a credit counseling company. And I'm going to be posting, next time I do a video, I'm going to be posting up a link to a credit repair company, just in case some people want to, check that out. I'll have that for you guys next time around. But effective usage of your time, guys, and that's one of the ways to try to make yourself effective in this business. So, hey, I like to talk further about this later on down the road, but for now, I appreciate you if you guys could like the video, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think, and check you out again. Clear Blue Realty. Talk to you guys later.